Hi friends, Sarah here from gracemyspace.com. Today, we're going to talk about a family Christmas tree. There is something to be said about just having a Christmas tree dedicated to family memories. It can be handmade, it can be store-bought, it can be a combination, but what we do every year is something that's really special, and I hope that you'll enjoy getting this idea and putting it into practice in your own home. I've got a few tips for those of you who also get a real tree like we do, and I'm gonna have some storage tips coming at you later this year for when we take it all down and put it back away. And with that, let's decorate. Ready to get a tree?
I think so. I'm excited. It feels like Christmas. Day after Thanksgiving, that's what you're supposed to do, is get a Christmas tree.
It's even snowing.
I'm gonna get the biggest stinking Fraser fir we can find. Cut it with my chainsaw.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
How much do you love getting a real tree?
It depends what's coming next in my day. If I have time for this, there's nothing better.
Best tip I can give you for a real tree, invest in a couple of bucks for a long neck funnel that you just stick. I always do black because you can stick it right into the tree like so, and then pour your water into it, and it just blends in with the shadows of the tree. And that way it's really easy to water and you're not spilling all over the place. Now for a fresh tree, make sure and give it a fresh cut when you get home so that it can accept the water right away and not have any sap covering up that wound in the tree so that it can absorb the water easier. The first day or two, you're probably going to need to water it more often than later on down the road, as it's a fresh cut and it'll just soak that water up really quickly. All right, now if you really want an extra magical tree, push your lights as deep as possible towards the base of the tree. You can even just lay them there, just rest them there all the way to the back. And that way you have a glow basically from the inside out. And as you're coming back out with the lights, wrap them around each individual branch and then bring them back to the middle and start over. And that will make such a magical glow. When I say family Christmas tree, different people will have different opinions on what that means. One could be all homemade items that kids have made, that adults have made with the kids, and they're just really memorable pieces. Another can be like a memory tree, and that's kind of what ours is. Every year, my mom buys one ornament for every family member that represents something of importance from that year. And so when we look at our tree, we have a very significant memory for each person for every year. For instance, my daughter loves tigers. She's had quite a few years of loving tigers, so we have a couple different tiger varieties. My son, when he was little, went through a tractor phase, so we have lots of tractors. She had a custom-made one the year that I wrote my book. And the year that I really decided to take Grace in My Space into a full-time business, she gave me the door to represent home. We even have some really fun, cheeky ones like Mike from Monsters, Inc., a tooth from the year that one of my kids lost their first tooth. My husband is half Australian, he was born there, and so we have a kangaroo. My favorite food is watermelon. The year that we went big lake fishing, we got a couple of fun ornaments related to that, and so there's just lots of memories tied to each one. Now, if you were to ever meet my mom, you would know instantly that she does not do anything that's not beautiful. Everything she does is to create beauty. And so while we have some kind of cheeky ornaments like a dinosaur, and they're really memorable and they represent something that can be kid related even, it's still beautiful. She buys the glass ornaments that have shimmer and shine, and so the tree is still stunning even though every single one of these ornaments is tied to something special. And of course, we also have a place for all of the handmade ornaments. We do a tree in each one of my kids' rooms, and so they get to use all of their handmade ornaments to decorate their own individual bedroom trees. And that way we can enjoy all the handmade ornaments from my kids. Each year, pull them out, reminisce, and we have just a lot of trees. We just have a lot of trees. If you are a child of the 90s, you know what these are. These were in McDonald's Happy Meals, and I asked my parents to go back every time to get the whole collection. And I still have them, and years, decades later, my daughter sees them and she's seen the Disney movies and she's like, oh, I know who that is. And it's so much fun for her to be able to decorate her tree with childhood ornaments of mine. So whether your tree has ornaments like this or ornaments like this or a combination, the most important part of a family tree is decorating it together. Now, if you like a little bit more of a completed look on a family Christmas tree, I like to add in pieces of this. It's just actually, it was a whole garland that I tore off each individual stem, and it kind of mimics tinsel, and it brings a little bit of shine, it brings a little bit of metallic to it to reflect some of the Christmas lights, and then it also kind of adds some cohesiveness when you have a bit of a mishmash of ornaments. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of our family Christmas tree. I've also heard it called story trees, handmade trees, memory trees, and I love the sentiment that there is behind something this special. Make sure and check out all of my Christmas decorating tips and tricks this year in my Christmas video playlist. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.